Okay, go. So we have the top now, and I do not have to work so much because we have some pictures to be taken and a video that will be put, I think, on the internet. What's about the sound? Is it good for you? Okay, it's okay? Okay. And my English is not as perfect as it should be. Sorry for that. Okay, so I will not stay in front of the screen. Yes, we have normally 25 minutes to go. Perhaps you want to go, but not yet in 25 minutes. If you have any questions, we can put them in this 25 minutes. And if it is after this time, we have to move just a little to go there in order to have a face-to-face discussion that will be a very pleasant moment for us. Okay, so Ingrid, at the end, you will be quite sure, convinced that the specialist, the expert, she is here. Okay? So, but I try to be the best student in order to put some sustainable strategy in our company. So, okay, please listen to Ingrid Jouve, Sustainability Director for SPIE France, and myself, Procurement and Sustainability Director for SPIE Nucléaire only. Okay, Ingrid, the floor is yours. No, the microphone. Okay.
Thank you, Stéphane.
No,
Not yet.
okay.
Can you hear me now?
No, 2 microphones is too much. It was a special joke.
Okay, great. Okay, so we can begin. So talking about sustainability in SPIE Nucleaire, why? Because we're faced with different pressure from energy risk, critical materials, biodiversity impact, water stress, so many issues that we have to face with our clients in their decarbonization journey. Of course, you're all aware about the huge climate change, so I won't go further on figures that you're familiar with, but what I would like to say is how we address the climate change and all the IPCC reports through the anticipation and the activity we can propose to our client concerning the low carbon solution and the mitigation.
Perhaps tu peux essayer de pousser. Parler encore plus fort.
Okay. So, concerning the carbon neutrality, we have to face for 2030 and 2050 the skills and how we will have to recruit, improve our skill, knowledge, and accelerate transition in our mission in the practical activity, and how to keep people through the company, retain, and it's a very important thing that we will develop just after. Stakeholders in SPIE are very demanding concerning extra financial activity that we do. All of our credit lines are linked and sustainability linked. So they are very regarding to our monitoring, what we are planning to do to reduce green gas emission. And SBTI validation is very important to prove that. And from a cost traditional way to work, we are more including now carbon circularity to address a new model of markets. That's the way to create more value with our clients.
Okay, so, oh, sorry for my sound, but we are SPIE. It means that, okay, we will have a look very quickly on the rough figures, and just after we will focus on the climate transition plan, and again you will have clear explanations from Ingrid, not myself. Okay, you know this, the company is quite famous, but I don't know what's about you if you consider it is a famous company, but of course we are in this kind of multi-technical services, perhaps as other companies, And we very have many activities for the energy transition and digital transformation. So let's say every communications. Some figures. It is not clearly rough figures. Perhaps they can. I'm regarding our guys that I can push a little more in order to be at 10 billion euros. So it would be the best, but it will appear in a very close time. So the figures recorded on 2024 are quite good, let's say. I think this is not a bad result, but a good result. And perhaps you know already, but our group, is acquiring revenue in bolt-on acquisitions. And each time that we focus on a company in order to buy the company, we take care about the fact that this company, we provide some increase of our green share because their activities are mainly focused on this. And so today we are around 49% of green share according to EU taxonomy, okay? And 55,000 employees that were not all available today. This is why we have a very specific group. And what we are very proud of is that employees are the largest shareholder of SPIE. Each year we have a dedicated program to our employees in order to have a price with a discount to have the shares of our company. Regarding this revenue, we have a team, let's say, regarding France and Germany, because we are very close for the revenue. So we see that it is around 3.4 billion euro. And after that, we have a very high decrease of the part. The location, so we are, that's sure, a European company. So you can see the blue countries. And for the others, Middle East, Africa, and so on, this is because we have a dedicated business unit that is called SPIE Global Services Energy, previously oil and gas services. So this is why we are in this area instead of the blue one. Okay, deeply, SPIE France, around 20,000 employees. You can see the revenue, and we have a very lot of clients. This is a part of the model of SPIE, to have many clients, a very high diversity in order to secure our revenue and EBITDA. We have 6 business units. Each of them are dedicated to a specific market. So that is clear. SPIE Nucléaire for nuclear, SPIE Industry for industry, and so on with building solutions. And now, because it will be much more complicated, so I need that you give us your attention for a few minutes, because Ingrid will explain clearly what is our mission. The question is quite easy, but I'm not sure about the answer.
Okay, thank you, Stéphane. So what is our mission? Why are we here? Why SPIE? So last year, with more than 700 employees, we defined a purpose, which is, as you can see, at SPIE, we apply our collective expertise to design and implement reliable technical solutions that address society's sustainable challenges. So that's the purpose. That's the why SPIE exists. That's the way we address different markets. And to do that, we've got 4 commitments. Developing the competence, the skills, what I just mentioned before. We address mission-critical services to our customer to be always present. We are a proactive partner in low-carbon energy and different solutions to reduce green gas emission. And the last one is to be involved in sharing cutting-edge innovation with our stakeholders. different solution can be presented just after. And concerning this purpose, how do we roll out that with the climate?
Oh, okay. So we will see how we manage this climate transition strategy, and you will have some figures and the way we did it. Okay. So first of all, we need to calculate our carbon footprint. This is the first step. So we did our homeworks regarding this because we calculate this very precisely. We have a dedicated tool that is called K-Shuttle, in which we put many data. Clearly, Sébastien is on this task in order to do it. Of course, when we consider scope 1 and 2, I don't know how much you are familiar with this. It means that we speak about fossil energies and electricity regarding scope 2 for our buildings. So, of course, the main carbon footprint is linked to our supply chain impact. So it means all expenses that we buy from suppliers and subcontractors. This is the most significant figure for this. And perhaps, Ingrid, you want to put some other words on this?
Yes, that's the first step. In fact, as you mentioned, Stéphane, so we do the green gas carbon emission footprint, but we also have a more wider sustainability roadmaps, including the green share, environmental impact, but also social and societal. Can you address some more example?
If you consider the green share, so you can see here the figure, 49% in 2024. And we fixed a roadmap in order to go to 2030. And for this, we expect to be above 50%. That is aligned with EU taxonomy. Regarding scope 1 and 2, we already did or had some good results. Minus 21% in 2024, and we want to double this for the coming years to reach 2030 year. For scope 3, we have something very specific that we change the way we want to manage it. The first purpose was to manage our purchasing expenses. That is done in my direction. To put our expenses toward suppliers that have some roadmap to reduce their carbon footprint. So 67% of what we buy, around 1.5 billion euro, we put these orders to suppliers that have clearly a roadmap. Okay, and after that, we want to double also, but with a difference, that is, we will manage the intensity of our value chain. It is according to euro revenue and according to our activity. We do not consider the same value when we are in the industry or when we are in the building solutions. And so this is why also you want to put some more words, là-dessus? Ouais.
Yes, just to focus and to complete what you mentioned. So here, we are working on the mitigation action that we do, the activity of a SPIE contributing to reducing green gas emission. And here, what is very new is the way to onboard our suppliers to reduce the green gas emission during the use of product. It's this part when we can address levels of decarbonization, and nuclear is key part of this kind of solution.
And we have two more slides on it. Yes, you can slide it. First, so scopes 1 and 2, so energies. So, of course, we consider that we will have still some organic growth. That is the first cube. And after that, we put a lot of efforts in order to have electrical cars in our fleet. And we take care about the building efficiency to save some energy. After that, we have European electrical grid decarbonization and the use of renewable energy because we have some dedicated contracts with Électricité de France in order to have for the coming year energy from green
certificate.
Ouais, with a green certificate that is provided. Ouais. Okay, and everything has been assessed by SBTI.
Exactly,
right.
it's true that, sorry, you just had mentioned,
Yes.
we have a new validation of our commitments through the Paris Agreement by SBTI. So it's confirmed that our target might be achievable by 2030. And concerning Scope 3, if you want to go more in details.
Right. Still some organic growth because, of course, we are SPIE. And the carbon footprint reduction measures, so the roadmap that we will develop, and the European grid decarbonization. So we have this minus 55 between year 2019 and 2030. And we are very proud to say that regarding this climate transition plan, we were shortlisted with an award because between 80
other companies. Yes.
Between other companies. Right.
Okay, let's continue. I see the time.
Right.
So you understand that we are very contributing to energy transition, digital transition, and energy, of course, low carbon solution. SPIE Nucleaire is very involved in that, a major actor in the maintenance, in the modification works, and different activities that we deal with. If you want to go into details.
No, it's okay. Of course, SPIE Nucleaire is involved in each step of the process. So we have all the different clients from nuclear.
Okay, so I will go directly to our sustainable strategy to give you some example of what we do in practice. So as you can see, we've got not only climate-focused commitment, but also different ambition to address our own activities or the one we do in a client perspective. And if we focus on the solution done at SPIE Nucléaire level, so concerning the business focus, we develop, as Stéphane just mentioned before, calculation, carbon tool to define the green gas emission at the project levels and to identify some levels of decarbonization. For some of those levels, there is the circularity approach that we can use around the equipment. Concerning the value chain, and it's one of your main activity, we onboard supplier to reduce, so that they are compliant with our own climate commitment. But we also work with them to identify the green data they can share with us to reduce the green gas emission through our project. And concerning solution, as you can see here, there are many different levels of decarbonization that we employ, we propose to clients to contribute to reduce the green gas emission of the project, to be more net zero targets. Then for the other part, concerning the responsibility practices we have into SPIE Nucléaire, we can see that concerning training, we've got a SPIE Climate Academy that you will just develop after, and more than 80% of employees have been trained concerning climate issue, which is quite good. We also do webinars and different events with our colleagues and even our suppliers' commitment, different events, talking about sustainability and sharing good practices. Concerning the electrical vehicle that we have, we are nearly more than 40%. And for social good practices, we also follow, of course, the safety code we have in the company. And for example, you've got a picture of a recent event we did with our supplier. Not remember the number, but
November 2024.
Yes, it was. So that kind of practices we do concerning CSR, a sustainable strategy in SPIE Nucléaire. Our activities are clearly in line with energy, construction, industry, transport, and digital. We really contribute to reduce the green gas emission and and the production of low carbon energy. To do that, of course, we, in the context of CSR, the Corporate Sustainable Reporting Directive, we address the stakeholders' expectation with different survey also, and we meet the energy needs, supporting their own decarbonization journey. And of course, we also work on the safety and adapting infrastructure faced to climate change. To do that, we have a strong governance, which is quite good, with sustainable committees, sustainable teams, networks like Jeune Génération, different policies, action plan, audit, reporting, which is not very fun, but it's very important to have a strong governance. We also have a self-assessment scoring based on sustainability to roll out the strategy and to monitor the progress we made, to share good practices, and to continue, of course. We also drive our activity with an incentive, an internal one, concerning the climate transition plan. We developed the financial means to do that, CapEx and OpEx, so it's clearly something very strong. We are connected with our ecosystem, working with different suppliers and different people in the value chain. And of course, if you want to focus on training, something very important.
Okay. You already mentioned, so we speak about SPIE Climate Academy, so it is in order to learn how are huge the impacts of climate change. And for this, we have mentioned that 80% of our office employees have already done their homeworks regarding the Great Climate System and acting of the carbon footprint. So this will allow them to be very sensible regarding this transition. And this year they have to do the third homework, that is regarding going further with low carbon transition. And for each module, they have to spend around 1 hour for the best of them, or 1 hour and a half for the others to do each module. So it is very specific to SPIE.
Yes, and to conclude, we wanted to focus on 2 other good practices in terms of perspective and innovation. It's true that artificial intelligence is one of the new topics we address in SPIE for our clients or for internal good practices. So we've got a dedicated governance, which is iExplorer. We have got a code of conduct, and we use it to optimize process through the company or as a support of different projects. And in a particular approach, Green for IT and IT for Green, because it's really important to take into account the environmental impact of the IA solution. And the last but a very important issue is the Techno Center.
Yes, we developed the nuclear expertise through this Techno Center that is located near Lyon, in the Lyon suburb, so Genasse. So it is a very new installation in order to do some practice. And of course, if we consider the new generation of a reactor, we need this kind of facilities in order to train our people. And that's all, Fox.
Yes.
Yes.
Just thank you.
Looney Tunes. So thank you for your attention. Please be free to put any question, but we have to move on the second room. If you have any question and you want to discuss with us, you are welcome. And thank you very much for your attention. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.